Hi. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, and that's what made me think about making this post. I grew up without Thanksgiving, and when I moved to the States, I embraced wholeheartedly the holiday. I thought it was really beautiful that there is a holiday devoted to the feeling of gratitude, and it's one of the most beautiful feelings that we experience in our life. But unfortunately, our popular culture tends to associate it more with stress than with what it is supposed to be. And the irony of it is that gratitude is actually an amazing antidote to stress. Gratitude is something that we can use not to get stressed in our life. So I thought that I will share with you my little technique of how to deal with stress using gratitude. Uh, Let me see, where do I start? Scientists tell us that we actually can control our feelings much better than we think. That if sometimes the feeling of anger or irritation or some other strong negative feeling suddenly arises, all we have to do is to get distracted from it, not to buy into it for just 90 seconds, and then the feeling will dramatically diminish. But it is very hard often, and I will make a separate post about that in general, because that's very interesting thing about having a little bit of control of your life and your emotions. But returning to gratitude, that it's very hard to get distracted from sudden anger. You know, people hurt you, and sometimes you get hurt over and over again, and very quickly that anger can arise, and you feel powerless to do anything about it. But what I try to do when it happens to me is I just remind myself that I don't really want to be angry because it doesn't feel good. I really much rather feel good. So holding on to that thought, I reach for my phone where I have a list of things to be grateful for, and I start reading it. But it took me a while to develop the list, and it's very important to spend some time really thinking about what makes you feel grateful. I usually make notes just when I feel something like that. When I feel grateful for things, I just make a quick note for myself, and later I write it into my notebook. So I have a pretty big list there, and I have a shorter version on my phone. And when I feel good and relaxed at home, I go through the list, and I rather easily just feel those feelings. It's pretty easy when you are feeling good and relaxed to get into that emotion of being grateful for all the great things in your life. And it's very important, in order for this technique to work, to spend some time just doing this little prayer of gratitude when it's easy for you. Because then, when you really need it and you feel that some negative emotion is getting a grip on you, and you might feel completely empty of gratitude. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to reach for it inside me and I am not finding it. But once I have that little cheat list, it works. Sometimes better, sometimes not so well, but it always diminishes the feeling. So I decided that today, um, the day after the Thanksgiving, I will share with you some things from my list, because often it's pretty easy to overlook things that are small, but that's the things that make our lives so beautiful. It's small things that make us feel really great. So I'll read you some of the things from the list. The sound of raindrops on my roof at night. That's something I really love. I was told when I moved to California that there is no rain there. Fortunately, it's not true. So the other thing is waking up to a perfect, beautiful day. And that is something really to be grateful for, especially, I still don't take it for granted, the amazing beauty of California and how much of great, beautiful, how many beautiful days we have. Finding a perfect gift for somebody you care about. Family and friends who remind you of some funny or nice stories that you have forgotten about. Friends are really big on my list of things to be grateful for. I have a lot of friends all over the world, and they're far away from me, but without their support, I don't know how I would have lived. Being with a person with whom you feel at ease without words. Your teachers. Watching people enjoying food that I have cooked. I definitely did that yesterday. All of the tragedy that you and your loved ones have escaped in life. That is something we tend not to think about. But we are alive, we are here, which means that we have escaped a lot of bad things. Forgiving and being forgiven. Knowing that your favorite book awaits you at the end of the day. That's another big one for me, because it really keeps me going sometimes. Just knowing that I'll have that half an hour of reading. And yeah, the other thing kind of similar is having the whole afternoon for yourself. A dance partner that makes you fly. I'm into dancing, so I really appreciate a good dancing partner. Holding hands with my husband. Hearing a piece of music that instantly touches your spirit. And then being able to add this music to your collection almost instantly. That's really quite a big thing to be grateful for, all that technology has given us. I can send pictures to my mother who lives in Europe, and she will receive them instantaneously. Just to think about it, that I remember the days when it wasn't so very easy even to call each other from different countries. The release of a good cry. Feeling that you are a part of a loving, supportive community. That's also very important for me. Reading a book that has changed your life. I'm very grateful for books, and they played a great role in my life. I learned a lot from good books. Meeting a deadline that was hard to meet. being able to travel and to meet new people and see new places. Feeling the presence of spirit in your life, feeling the presence of divine. Sometimes just walking through the beautiful place in nature, through the woods, and feeling that there is a lot of life around you and you're part of it. It's something that I really feel grateful for. The aroma of delicious food cooking in the kitchen. Seeing somebody who makes your heart skip a beat, or seeing somebody and feeling finally absolutely nothing. Meeting a kindred spirit, that's also a great experience. The moment of relief when you realize that your pain has subsided, and the kindness of strangers. That is one of the most amazing things in life, and I'm really grateful for it. And I'm very grateful to all of you who are watching my videos and leave me wonderful comments and encourage me to do all those posts. So I hope that maybe some things from my list have been helpful for you. Thank you.